just to make note of this is actually a model of a left eye, and we're going to look at the lacrimal apparatus. Before we do so, I did want to make note of this muscle here. This is the levator palpebrae superioris, which has the job of controlling your upper eyelid. Just wanted to show that. And the eyelids will blink every so often to help move the lacrimal fluid. Lacrimal fluid is created by the lacrimal gland, which is out here and kind of embedded in and around that muscle. And the lacrimal fluid consists mostly of water, but also contains enzymes, collectively referred to as lysozyme, that will break down little tiny particles that land on the surface of your eyeball. And these are readily seen if you're in a darker room and have a flashlight. You'll see little tiny dust motes, as they're called, floating across. Well, those are constantly landing on your eyes. And so you constantly need to be able to sweep those off. And so what happens is the lacrimal gland will secrete out through these lacrimal ducts underneath the upper eyelid. And these things are basically upper and superior and lateral to the eyeball. And what happens is, as you blink, the fluid that comes out underneath from the lacrimal ducts will sweep across the eye from lateral to medial and eventually drain in through tiny holes called lacrimal puncta. Now, you don't see the holes here, but they'd be located here and another one there. And you can usually see the lower punctum on your eye. Punctum is singular. You can see the lower punctum on your eye if you look in the mirror and look on the margin of your lower eyelid near the nose. There's a little tiny hole there. The upper one's a little bit harder to see, but that little tiny hole basically drains tears. And the lacrimal ducts are draining through, and then you drain into the lacrimal puncta on this side, so these tears sweep across. Eventually, these puncta drain through lacrimal canals, one upper and one lower, into a lacrimal sac here on the side, which collects the tears and drains them down into the nasal cavity. And the nasal cavity opening there is one you saw in lab when you looked at the skeletal system, when you looked at the lacrimal bone, and there was actually a lacrimal fossa with a lacrimal foramen in it. And the tears will drain through that and in your nasal cavity. Usually don't even pay any attention to this at all, except for the times in which you are crying or you have allergies, and the tears wind up running in excess through those tubes and basically break up the mucus in your nose. You feel like you got the snotty nose thing going on. That is usually why.